Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be having a very quick look at EURUSD, and I'm going to be sharing with you my breakdown on this pair and what I expect to see in the week ahead. Before we get into the video, I just want to let you know I have a free trading course that you can join right now. In this trading course, you'll learn why you're not winning at trading and how you can turn your results around. It's a 13-part video series covering risk management, technical analysis, and trading psychology. So far, over 500 people have benefited from the course, and you can be the next. So head over to the link in the description after you've watched this video and sign up now. You'll get instant free access. So onto the analysis then, starting on the weekly time frame. Now we can see here on the weekly that the market came and traded into this large imbalanced supply zone. Right at the start of the year, we traded in, and from there we started selling off. Now that has filled this large imbalance, traded into supply, and we evidently saw a lot of selling pressure coming in here. What we can actually notice now in the structure is that this selling pressure may have shifted the direction of the market, at least momentarily. If we look at this point, we were very bullish. We formed a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and this point where we potentially started to see a shift in the momentum. So after this higher low, we got a lower high, and now we've had a lower low, and this lower low has actually taken out, first of all, this structure area, and second of all, this structure area as well. So what we have now is a market that is moving down into open territory. If we look beneath, we can see a large imbalance in price here, and we can see beneath that a large weekly demand zone. We have quite a large range of around 280 to 300 pips down from the current market price. So now that we have our overall idea laid out, we want to see a short down through this large open space into this area. We can start looking at the opportunities that are going to come from that. Now, first of all, you'll note I've marked on the 1.13500 key level, and you can see how well that sits with the top of that high interest demand zone. So that is my target. Now, in terms of opportunities and where we are, well, if we mark out some of the structure and some of the areas of interest, we can see that this recent daily structure point has been broken, and this was quite a significant one because this was really where we were holding up above this last point of support on these daily areas. Okay, now that we've broken through that, we've also gone through these other two previous areas, which has opened the large imbalance up for quite significant downside movement. Now we can see before the demand zone broke, this was the area that price accumulated at. All right, this is the area that price distributed from. So what that tells us is there was a lot of selling pressure in this area. When we get a zone like this, where a lot of selling pressure leads to a break of structure, this zone becomes my primary point for the next load of selling pressure. So I'm expecting now when the market drives back into this area, it's very likely that we're going to get a sell-off from this region. Okay, obviously it's not 100% set in stone. It's always possible that the market can push further than you expect it to, which is why we should always keep focus on some of the more extreme zones as well, like this one, for example. While that is possible, I found from my experience, a lot of the time, the zone that breaks the structure, the zone that brings the selling pressure, is going to be the zone that gives you the movement. So what we can actually do from this point onwards is go down to the even lower time frames, see if we can refine an opportunity here, and also see if we have any opportunity moving the other way. So now I've brought the market down to the 4-hour time frame. And now that we're here, we can see it's a little bit difficult to work with. We have this huge zone here on the 4-hour time frame, but we have multiple zones within that because remember this was a daily supply area. So we can anticipate that euro is going to pull back somewhere into this price region before selling off, but it's very vague. So what we can do now is begin refining some of these zones and seeing if we have any fitting areas to buy or sell from. So these are the three primary reversal points. But obviously at this point, it's quite difficult to work out which one is going to be the one that forms a lasting reversal. So what we can actually do is just wait for price to approach these regions, see how the confirmation works out, and then trade it from there. Now, for example, what I mean by that is if we trade into 0.1, 0.2, or 0.3, but we just push straight through, then we shouldn't be taking any trades, okay? But if we trade into one of these points and then we get our standard reversal confirmation, a break of structure, and then a pullback into a supply area on the lower time frames, we can then look to sell from there. So a safe way to find the best reversal point is simply by waiting for our reversal confirmation to form, okay? And if we get the reversal confirmation, we can sell. If we don't, we stay out of the markets. Nice and simple. So for the meantime then, with these zones marked out, we can use the lower time frame structure to find opportunities into higher time frame structure. So initially jumping onto Euro USD on the 4-hour time frame, then what we can actually see is the 1.15750 key level has formed a bounce from where we are right now. Okay, so just this alone, knowing that we've bounced from a key level, this is a nice psychological indicator that the market may begin to form some meaningful reversal. As we've seen from Euro today, we have begun to form a meaningful reversal. We can see within this structure, we came down and we formed here a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, which was on this key level. And from that key level, we've actually had a drive back up, which has formed a higher high now. Okay, this was only just about a higher high by the wicks, so we won't be focusing too much on this, but what we will be focusing on is this impulsive drive, which has clearly formed a higher high in the trend. So what we can now see is that Euro is making a shift in direction. It's a difficult one to work with, in my opinion, based on how the structure is laid out. We have some pretty choppy price action, but we definitely may be able to get a nice opportunity to buy this thing up into, first of all, that area around 1.16750. So if I drop it to the 30-minute time frame real quick, well, there are a few areas of interest that are quite visible here on EURUSD. One thing that really strikes my interest is this zone down here. Now, it may look like it's already been retested with this wick, but I really hate how the price action is looking here. We have what looks essentially like equal lows with just these tiny little wicks pushing through, retesting this area. In my opinion, this is not a very well fulfilled zone, and it's very possible and rather likely that we come and trade through the liquidity into this area and then form that upside movement. You may be pointing more towards this area and thinking, okay, but as I said before, a zone that breaks structure is the zone of interest, right? So if we look here, this zone is the zone that has broken this structure, and this structure point. Now that is very true, but when we have such ugly price action beneath and what looks to me like an open and balanced area, regardless of this small wick, from market experience, I can see that this isn't too favorable. After some time in the market, you build an eye for these things. With this support area that we have going on and with this larger, more interesting zone beneath, which also aligns with the key level, I am not so much confident about this area as I am down here. So what I'll be looking for myself on EURUSD is, yes, first of all, will the market come in and form a reversal here? Because if we do get our bullish structure confirmation, then we can indeed go for the opportunity. But if it doesn't do that, we can definitely look for this area to be our point of reversal to bring Euro all the way up into 1.16800, 1.16750, and so on. So that is my plan for EURUSD. I hope you found a lot of value in this video, and I look forward to seeing some of you winning with this analysis. I just wanted to add I have an exciting investment opportunity coming up very soon. Now this is a cryptocurrency plan. I've sent out 2 cryptocurrency plans in the past 2 years. Both of them have exceeded 1000% in profit. This one, I'm aiming for 1,500 to 2,500% in profit. I'll be sharing the thesis, I'll be laying out the plan, and I'll be guiding all of the members of the 20x program step by step. So if you want to get the webinar, the white paper, and access to my private mailing list for this program to potentially catch some 20 to 25x gains with us over the next couple of years, then head over to the link in the description and join the 20x program.